This is not Splatoon. I know that. It's a game called From the Depths. A non-Nintendo game. Whoa. Look, it's been a rough few weeks for me with the group situation going on. I was originally going to talk about the Kraken being in Salmon Run, how it's like S tier special in Salmon Run, Splashdown can actually kill flyfish, and the screen situation going on in the Splatoon community. But obviously group stuff happened, life gets in the way, and I was just in absolutely no mood to make that stuff. None. And this whole group thing has got me, like, overwhelmed, anxious, adding new people to the group, while trying to retain the current friends that I have. But whether or not I should actually add my audience to the group or not, whether y'all be interested in that, and the fact that I'm the only host in the group, I need another admin, it's a whole mess of stuff. So, obviously, this got me overwhelmed, anxious, annoyed, whatever. I thought today we play From the Depths. I already said that, didn't I? Whatever. And I actually take the designs that I have, the designs that I've built, and watch them work. Watch them explode stuff and explain the designs. I mean, heck, y'all let me rant about my keyboard for like, what, 10 minutes? So, this has got to be better, right? Whatever. Let's get to it. I should close MSI. There we go. Okay. No more PC stats. This is just my fortress, easy fortress, just efficient engine, lots of resources, it's whatever. What should we start with first? Planes missiles. This was my first take. Let's do it. Just hold it so no one gets motion sick. This was my first take on an airplane. It went through multiple iterations. What's its actual thing? Yeah, so we're on version 20 of this design. Most of those, I'm just trying to figure out what engine I want on it. It was so hard to figure out what engine. It needed to be powerful, but like, they're not powerful, just space efficient. It had to power these jet engines, so it was really hard to find an engine. I originally did normal engines, gas engines, then I tried steam, then I tried steam, but then I did steam to electric. I eventually figured out that custom jets have a small jet generator, have a generator on, so I could just half the thrust and get a little bit of energy out of it. So that works. What are they set to? I think they're set to, yeah, they're just set to generate power. Let's just be traditional and kill a Marauder. If there are any if there are any like veteran From the Depths players in here, which I doubt, but like, this is my stuff, and I'm proud of it. It works, and that's all I care about. Of course, it's a Marauder, nothing special. It is maneuverable. It does have countermeasures that were a later addition, because that maneuverability would be enough. That is wrong. It's basic. Basic, it works. Also, the top thing here kind of looks like a radar dish. It doesn't even have any detection on it, because it doesn't need it, because it's just missiles. I would like to build another plane, but, like, making a plane that's not missiles is pretty hard. It's also pretty cheap. How cheap is it? It's 29,000. Yeah, 29,606. Easy, cheap, cheap-ish. Now I feel better. Next, I'm gonna do this really quickly, or else I'm gonna be here for an hour. Mine goes blank. Okay. Underwater car. The names are just names. This was my take on a sub. I was like, hey, I want to do a submarine. How hard could that be to do a submarine? Turns out not that hard. They're just a plane, but you set the altitude to negative. That's about it. And instead of giving them jet engines, you just give them propellers. It's really easy, actually. Now, of course, on the small scale, it works. It's literally just AI, no detection on it. Well, it doesn't need the... It doesn't need the passive sonar. It uses torpedoes. What is this? Why am I running this off of electric? I could just run this on RTG. Whatever. I don't even know what I was doing here. They're, I think they're explosive EMP. Yeah, they're explosive EMP. What's your material cost? I don't get why it's run on that. I don't know what Past Me did. Past Me is weird. But yeah, it was just simple. Of course, it's got the lead thing. It tilts up for some reason. I don't know why it does that. I want you to go flat. However, that was more of a design concept. Going like, hey, how hard is it to make this vehicle type? Not that hard, actually. At least for my opinion. Granted, it was like a trial and error. This is its bigger cousin. You're gonna scrape the bottom? You're gonna scrape the bottom, aren't you? Yeah, you're gonna scrape the bottom. Is that because I have these set to pitcher instead of pusher? I guess. I don't know why it scrapes the bottom. It's been doing that. I think I messed something in the AI in it. No, that didn't want to do that. There's these massive torpedoes here. They're just frag, right? Oh, I can't do it because the game's paused. Yeah, they're just frag. Then you got these missiles. It's based off the Black Current from the Steel Striders. And then it's got these little cannons that I should just get rid of to prevent any sub-on-sub interaction. It's not cheap though. Yeah, it's a $500,000. It's not cheap. However, it can take on Stronghold. But then again, the Stronghold doesn't have really any anti-sub stuff.
Engaging now.
Doesn't have any anti-sub stuff. Ooh, those are gonna hit. Okay, we're fine. Oh, blows holes and stuff. Love it. Distraction sticks for torpedoes, anti-torpedo torpedo interceptors. No, yeah, there's the little one going. It's not cheap to run because its initial cost is so expensive, and it's like, oh god, yeah. Ammunition cost alone is 6,000. And a center mass shot here with any type of armor pierce. There you go. This used to one-shot it, but I've made it so it doesn't actually one-shot it now. Kind of. There's a few armor pieces keeping it intact, but that's about it. Good stuff. What else is interesting that I have? Oh, let's go to airships. Test airship. Again, this was more of a design concept to see, I want to make an airship. How hard is it to make an actual airship? Not that hard, really. Again, it's just a flyer. But you add like a big jet engine up here so it can actually like hover. Besides that, it's just the normal yaw, pitch controls. Yaw, pitch. What was the other one? Yaw, pitch, and roll? Yeah. And that's about it. I haven't played with this thing in a while, though. I forget what it has. I know it has a crane cannon. Does it have anti... Those are missiles. It's got a crane cannon. Does it have any... Let's see, it's been a while since I've actually seen these designs. I don't think it has any... Yeah, it doesn't... Wow. See, like... AI did. That just killed it. It doesn't have any... EMP protection. Well, it did. That was before the EMP rework, though. Yeah, that just killed it. Did it kill itself? Whatever. Let's move on to its bigger cousin. Again. Small scale it. Do it small scale. Just get the general idea of it. And then, what's the word? Upsize it. Scale it up. And this is what happens. This is by far, I think, the biggest and most expensive thing I've built yet. And it's not even done. In fact, I had so much trouble with this thing that, as you can see, there's just a hole here where a custom jet used to be. Because I used to have these set to pusher and pitcher. The AI does not like that. At all. Like that? Yeah, the AI does not like that. The AI, I think, just gets confused by it. So they were always working at like half thrust, so I had these in the back. I had one here, one there, and another one here to make extra thrust. But that, at that point, that made it like, what, 600k? So it was stupid expensive. It has a lambs, though. I think I was testing it. It's not spawn the bulwark so close.
Engaging now.
Yeah. I think it flies kind of high, though, but it's fine. The main gun is... Is that the main gun? I think it's the main gun. Oh, yep, that was the main gun. As you can see, the main gun's pretty bad. Or pretty devastating once it hits. The lambs and engine on it, I think, yeah, the engine is literally just a copy paste of another vehicle that I was working on. Lots of anti-missile stuff, because that's going to be the most devastating for it. The lambs is... I'm not sure how to make a lamb system. This is just what I've got so far. It's basic. A little bit of storage. Like this. It's whatever. The main gun. So I initially built this thing, as you can see, I built it on a 360 turret so it can spin 360 degrees. I later realized that it doesn't need to be like that, because it's a front-sider. The turret doesn't have to spin. So I could fill this... I can actually walk in this. I forgot. So this whole, like, all this empty space could just be filled with the gun. Because it doesn't have to spin. Like, it can't even spin because these blocks are in the way. So I don't know why it's on a 360 mount. Because it's a front slider. It doesn't need the 360. It doesn't need the 360 thing. In fact, the other airship that I showed off, it's not on a turret mount because it's a front slider. Can I close the door, please? There we go. What are you? Oh, you are decoys. Yeah. Granted, the bulwark's like... How much is the bulwark? Yeah, the bulwark's like... We're like 100k more than the bulwark. Frontal heavy armor. Basic stuff. It's one of those things where it's like, no matter how much you work on a single vehicle, it will never truly be finished. There's always some minor detail. I do like the side cannons, though. The side cannons I'm happy with. However, that back one sometimes shoots this one. Tell it not to, because the freaking fail-safe, but whatever. Lots of Actually, let's spawn something with lots of missiles. What has lots of missiles? The... No, it's not Deep Jelly. Palisade. That's got lots of missiles. Ooh, chunky. Yeah, all those interceptors. Yep. I should probably make them stagger so they don't bounce off each other. Ooh, meat shot, love it. Oh, I feel better now. AI dead. Ah, I feel better now. But you can mess it with you can test it and test it and test it, but there's nothing like real combat to test it. It does have a habit of getting swarmed by like smaller vehicles though. And it tends to run out of resource before the battle's over. So, it's not done. But it's combat capable. Yeah, let's just say that. It's a fortress, so I don't know if it needs roll control. Because it's a... what AI is it? I have 3 AIs in this thing. One for the main gun. What do you do? Oh yeah, this is just for the main gun. Yeah, there's the main... no, I have 2 AIs in this thing. This one's just for the main gun, and these are for the side guns, the other ones. So the main gun is separate, so it shoots at bigger targets. What's your opponent at maintain distance? Hover movement. Yeah, you're just a hovercraft, so I don't know if it needs roll or not. I doubt that would drop the cost by much, though. Left broadsider. This, I think, is my favorite vehicle. This was one of the vehicles that I made, like, on a whim. Going, like, oh, I'm in the mood to build something. And then the original was just, like, that's the wrong thing. The original was, like, really bad. And then at some point, I was like, I'm gonna retrofit this thing completely. And now it's actually good. I don't think you can fight those, though. Let's... It doesn't have any anti-missile stuff, does it? It doesn't. Oh. Just shoot a few bastions. Oh, well. Never mind, it has EMP. That's going to instantly kill the bastions. The idea for this vehicle is it's got one side with all the crane cannons, and it's going to get up close, because it has a LAM system. So it's like the shoot at me, and not the fleet. I want this thing to be shot at. Oh. Well, I don't want it to get hit. I think I messed with the minimum diameter. Below ridge to engage. Yeah, I gotta fix those. This is the only LAM spot. I need to put more LAM points down so it's redundant. Most bastions aren't instantly dying EMP. Oh, do they have EMP resistance now? They might. My only complaint with this is it sits so low in the water. The guns are starting to bear. As you can see, it gets in really close. It sits, especially the back, it sits so low in the water, and I don't know why. I have put, this entire bottom thing is entirely alloy to try to lift it. It's got air gaps on the side, which is what these giant things poking out are. They're just air gaps, I think. Oh, there's an air gap in here somewhere. Yeah, there's an air gap here. It's not a big air gap. I should probably fill it with helium and not just normal air. There's a few air gaps in here just to try to make it more buoyant. I probably should set a PID on it so it doesn't sit so low. But overall, I'm just happy with how it turned out. It's got smoke, I think? Yeah, it does have smoke defense. Anti-torpedo stuff, a little bit of it, because due to how close this thing gets, its weakness is really torpedoes and how low it sits. Torpedoes is its real weakness. I also decided to, hey, I don't know. With every new build, I kind of get into a new concept or new design or just something new. At this point in the game, I was like, hey, I haven't done land systems yet. Let's try a land system. And this is what I've made. Turns out, building a land system was actually the easiest step so far. Building the lambs was the easiest. Building an engine that could run it. Oh boy. I spent actual, like, days trying to figure out a good engine system that would run it. That's why this space is so big. Because I originally wanted to do Steam, because, oh, Steam's nice and powerful. Turns out, when Steam meets a sudden increase in load, it's no longer powerful. At least with small steam turbines. So I think, yeah, these are just in fuel injectors, because I just got sick of it. These are just box standard, just fuel injector engines. Because I just got sick of, like, messing with it. I spent actual days trying to figure out an engine type that would work. I tried fuel engines, steam engines. Yeah, I tried actual days just trying to get steam engines to work. I eventually just gave up and just did fuel. Even then, I wanted, like, a decent fuel setup, but I got so tired of it, I just did full injector. Oh, I wonder how many people's head this is going over. How many people completely don't understand this, but whatever. This game is like, if you don't have an engineering degree, you're never gonna... If you don't have an engineering degree, or you're a dev itself, I'm convinced you will never fully understand this game. It's that in-depth. As far as... I feel like this is the most compact build that I've made. All these crams, they used to be double-sided. So there was one can on the right and one can on the left. But I feel like that was just a waste of, like, space and firepower. So I just decided to make it only on one side. And they're I don't know, I think they're pretty good for what they are. They're not, like, great or anything. But they utilize the most space. They should be a copy of each, but I'm sure some of them are just different than others. One of them, I think these is high explosive frag, high explosive hardened, high explosive frag, high explosive frag. Do I know? There's high explosive hardened. EMP things at the top because this giant space was just empty and I didn't know what to do with it. So there's that, and I actually really like this missile bay thing that I made. I don't know, it's simple, but I like it. Could be better, could be worse. One of my favorites. Yeah, there's this giant thing here. Let's try to make it float. I guess PIDs work. What is this? I don't even know what that is. Oh, you're a sonar. Yeah, torpedoes was a real issue for this thing. It shouldn't be now, though. It probably needs... Does it need anti-missile? I feel like every one of my vehicles has anti-missiles. I could easily fit anti-missile thing here, though. Does it need to be more expensive, though? Yeah, that's like... Whatever. Now, moving on to my other favorite. Well, this is just a battleship that I made. It was box standard, crams. This is a really old design. Yeah, like, oh god, that cram thing is so bad. What ring is this to? A ring shield? Forget it. Bad steam turbine setup. Well, it uses the other steam, so I guess it's not that bad. Using these as propulsion, it's a mess. However, what's the Deepwater Guard that has missiles? What's the Deepwater Guard that has missiles? I don't know. Let's just go to the Palisade again. It is dark for no reason. This is something that I spent way too long doing, but it's really cool. Yep. I love it. It's anti-missile stuff. I love it so much. And they hide. Of course, the missiles do have a habit of getting stuck in the vehicle. Ow. Yeah, not the best armor layout. I don't think it has any. Oh yeah, it has a few missile systems. I wanted to vert away from missiles and more go to main gun stuff, but missiles is just, well, it's missiles. Can't really complain.
Engaging now.
This is gonna hurt. Yeah, maybe the Palisade's a bad matchup for it. I mean, how much is the Palisade? Yeah, the Palisade's a bad matchup for it. We're almost the same cost as the Palisade, but like the Palisade's 100 more. 100,000 worth more. It's 100,000 more. Oh, God, it's been a long day. It's worth 100,000 more. There. That needs to be fixed. Is there anything else I want to see? Oh, let's do first laser craft. Oh, this was my 100. This is like 100 hours in, and this is my first ever laser vehicle. Oh, it's not the best now. I could probably do better. Actually, I did do better. Where is it? Laser. This thing weighs a ton. And sits so low in the water. Because, again, the same reason, same thing I keep having, is I keep having trouble finding a good engine for lasers. And as you can see, there's three of these, like, fuel injector engines here. I originally did large. I was trying large steam, but it sits so low in the water that the laser just couldn't do anything. It does have anti-torpedo stuff? Yeah, it does have anti-torpedo stuff. Oh, does it have PID? I think it does have PID control. It's been a long time since I've seen this vehicle. Let's shoot the Atlas. I don't know. I'm in the mood to shoot the Atlas. Shoot at a few Atlases. Oh, I forgot it was a 0Q. Oh, God, that's satisfying. Red beam of death. I have no idea what the actual proper settings of the laser are. It drains its... Yeah, it has a lot of AP, which is why it's so expensive. Of these frequency doublers. It's, yeah, it's expensive. Total volume, firepower. Burst, minimum burst. I don't know if that's the right setup. I don't really care, though. It works, and I'm happy. It works how I want it to, kind of. And I'm happy for it. Wait, did I set a PID? I did set a PID control for this. For roll? What? And this one's set to none. Why is that set to none? Oh my God, I don't know what past me did. It's one of the funny things about going back to past designs. This giant air gap here. Another one here. That is exposed fuel. I'm sorry. Something tells me I didn't finish this. Yeah, something tells me I didn't finish this design. Yeah, well, there's these large air gaps just to try to keep it above the water. But something still tells me, yeah, that this exposed fuel and stuff, something tells me I didn't finish it. I'll have to get back to that. This was my first test. Did I really just use the same hull design? I don't know. I might have just copied the same structure. This was my first attempt at... Let's throw something a little more. At... What do these call it? My mind's drawing a blank. My mind's drawing a blank. What are they? Advanced cannons. That's right. Advanced cannons are wizardry and black magic. That's all I'm gonna say. They're absolute wizardry and black magic. I am unhappy with these cannons. Well, they work. And these are just small AA. But they work, and I'm happy with it. Ooh, Buccaneer. Yeah, let's do that. They're just, I think they're just high explosive. They don't do that much damage, but... I mean, what's its firepower? Yeah, it's not, actually, it's not that expensive. It's not as expensive as I thought it would be. What's its firepower? Yeah, 115, 111 firepower just in the APS. It's not that good. Like I said, it's wizardry and black magic. Oh, it's getting beautifully destroyed. Bet you half my audience is gone by now. Have no interest in this. It's a real you gotta think game. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I don't know what this was. This was just something I wanted to do, just kind of de-stress and everything. It's been rough. I may make an own video about it, just talking about it, just to get it off my mind. Whether I want y'all in the group or not, it's a whole thing. Again, just trying to keep the friends that I have whilst doing other things. End of the year approaches, so I'm gonna have to get a job next month. So doing that and managing the group, it's been a headache to say the least. So I haven't really been working on anything besides this, which is just gonna be short editing wise. So I don't know what I'm doing anymore.